What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to YGOPD, your Yu-Gi-Oh! Professional Development, and today I have something interesting that I've been kind of experimenting with on and off, post-ban list, pre-legacy, post-legacy, messing with a little bit of stuff. This is Goblin, Gold Punk, Pride, all three kind of meshed into one. I don't think this is the final build. This is more of a proof of concept, but it's something I really have been enjoying tooling around with. It has a very high ceiling of what the deck can do uninterrupted, so it's just something cool. Goblins have been getting some stuff here and there. Terratop just went up to 3. I'm still trying to dig out mine from bulk, but I wanted to show you guys where I've kind of landed with this and what I've been thinking through. So I'll showcase the deck, the extra deck, and then I'll do a quick combo. So let's get into it. Okay, so this is 40 cards. I don't think 40 cards is necessarily maybe the correct path for this. I think this is probably more like a 50 card list to play maybe 3 or 4 more engine cards and then a few more non-engine cards to lean more on like the 9 hand trap route plus engine. So this deck has a lot of not a lot of non-engine space, but the punks are all really good. What one essentially punk starter does to resolve for the deck is incredible. Again, some things space-wise have been cut to save at 40, but 3 Foxy Tune and 1 Ogre Dance. We went the Foxy Tune route just because of Droll and Colossus being back in the format. It really does suck. This will need some tweaking for that if that becomes very, very meta relevant. But for now, this has been fine. 3 Xiamen, again, one of the best punk starters we have in the deck. And then just 1 Gabu, or sorry, not Gabu, Madam Spider that searches Gabu. You don't need Deer Note in this build. This is an Exceased rank 3 focused build, so you don't need the level 5 to do any of the synchro stuff for Punisher and Jam Drive and any of that, really. So the honorary punk cards, of course, 3 E-Telly, insane card. And then, like I said before, just the 1 Gabu. That's it for the punks. For the gold prides, 3 Leon. I think both Leon and Carry are mandatory 3-ofs. Leon being the synchro on your opponent's turn, Carry being the card that gets you the trap, and then just 1 Roller Baller and 1 Nitro Head. In my original build, I was testing 2 of this. I could not find my second one. But for now, 1 and 1 is still okay. If you only have 1, you can get away with it. It just helps to, if you do hard open this, to still be able to have an extra 1 in the deck to try to get out from the trap or something like that. But still being able to pitch this with like Foxy or something and get it back in grave and then get it out with Leon is fine. And then 3, Better Luck Next Time. Just an insane searcher. Again, another starter for your punk stuff, or sorry, your gold pride, just the whole engine really. And then 1 of the start your engine. After that, onto the Goblin stuff. This deck can afford to play a smaller Goblin package because any generic rank 3 gets you into the full line. So we're just on 1 of each Goblin name and then 1 of the Grand Entrance, and that's really all you need, truly. I think there's a world where maybe Goblin Pure is even a little bit better right now than this blend, but I'm just not really sure. I have more of all of this stuff, but except for I think one of the extra deck monsters, but for now, this has been fine and been kind of a standard package you've seen in a lot of 3-axis deck, punk decks, stuff like that. And then we have some honorary extenders. 3 Kagemucha Knight. It's ironic because I was looking for this for a long time because back when I first tooled around with this, Terratop was back at like 1 or 2 and then it slowly kind of crept off the list. But 3 Kagemuchas and then 1 Wielder and 1 Tracker. I think you could probably cut the 3 Kagemucha Knight and the 1 Tracker and just do 3 Terratop and 1 Takatomborg and just go that route. That's really an easy replacement for 4 cards. And then you have 3 one card starters, right, to just get into your full line, which is really, really powerful. So that's something I would recommend. And then the non-engine is a bit tricky. Again, there's not a lot of slots at all in this deck, so I'm playing as high impact cards as we can. 3 Droll and then 2 Thrust and 1 Talent, I guess 7 slots, and 1 Called by the Grave. So you could just do 3 Droll, 3 Nib in a Called by, or do a different combination of hand traps if you want. I really like Thrust in this deck because if you do get interrupted, setting the Gold Pride trap is really good. And the new Goblin Biker trap, if you haven't read it, I'll put it on screen, is actually insane if you just choose to leave a Goblin Biker Exceed on board. Like, it's really good. So that card is also worth experimenting as well. So that's it for the main deck. Again, 40 cards, probably could go up to 50 and be experimented with a little bit more. For the extra deck, there's a lot of free space in here. There are a lot of cards in here that you could probably bump up to 2 if you really wanted with some of the Goblin and Gold Pride stuff. But for now, I'm just kind of doing a random suite of options. Underworld Goddess, Access Code. Raid Raptor's been really relevant at my local scene for whatever reason. So having something like this to link it away and this to attack over it has been important. 1 Unicorn for the 3. and then one Nightmare Phoenix, the suite, of course, of IPSP, pretty straightforward there. One Link Spider, this could be anything. This was just a slot of spare that I had. And then for the Exceeds, one Draco Future, one Utopic Draco Future, the F-Zero package, of course, the one Zeus, the one Downer to go with the Zeus, and then one Break Sword, one Gabanga, and one Chariot Carry. I think in reality, through more and more testing, you probably should play 2 of each of these. You could probably cut Downerd and Break Sword if you want. You could cut Link Spider. There's a lot of play in the extra deck. When I show the combo, you'll kind of see what you need bare minimum wise, which is also at least just one of the Roller Baller and one of the Star Leon. So that's the extra deck, but I'll go ahead and showcase a quick combo of just what the P.U.N.K engine yields to in the entire combo. So let's get into it. Okay, like all good combo videos, we'll showcase what happens uninterrupted, right, with our best starter possible and, 4 blanks. So the Zeoman is going to be our 1-card starter. We would normal that. We would pay the 600, and then you can go ahead and get a copy of Foxy Tune from your deck to your hand. And the only thing you really need to know is life points are important. Just know that by going this route, you are now lower than your opponent, so all your Gold Pride stuff is on pretty much. From there, you can pitch Foxy. You can pitch a blank in your hand. We'll see if we can make this a little bit more visible. We'll need to zoom out a good bit. I think we're about at max here, unfortunately. But we'll go ahead and do that. And then we'll get a copy of the Madam Spider from the deck. Go ahead, grab that. Pay another 6, and then you get Gabu. So we have 1 interrupt here. That is already great. From here, the first thing that you're going to do is overlay both into the, let's see, the big Gabanga here. And the big Gabanga then lets you go ahead and if it's Xyz summoned, you can then just take one of your, it's been so long since I've even read this card, just making sure I got this right, adds any Goblin from deck to hand. So we're going to go ahead and get Doug. And then Doug's own effect is going to trigger. If it's in hand, you detach a material from an Xyz monster on either field, and then special summon it, and then it can add a Goblin Biker spell trap. So you'll special it. Doesn't matter what you detach here, anything can go away. And then the Doug will search, and we'll go ahead and get our Grand Entrance. And then Grand Entrance can activate, and you're going to add a Goblin Biker, and then detach one to then special it as well, which is just really, really insane. It could be either of these. The one that is the quick effect, I think I like using a little bit more, which is the mean here. So we'll go ahead and get that, summon that by detaching. And then from here, what you can do is overlay these two and go ahead and get a Chariot Carry. So we'll go ahead and grab that. Chariot Carry can then go ahead and it's going to detach and then add the Gold Pride spell from deck to hand. It's been a little bit since I've done this full combo, just a bit rusty here, but this has been something I've kind of been playing on and off in between some of the meta stuff that I've been kind of really messing with a little bit harder. Then we'll use the Better Luck next time. These are our 3 blanks in hand. We'll go ahead and use this and search. So what we will go ahead and add here is we're going to actually add the Roller Baller from deck to hand. I know that seems a little bit more interesting. And then you probably will keep this in hand until the, is that right? It might not be Roller Baller, actually. It might be Carry, obviously, like I said before. So sorry about that. So you get Carry. And then what Carry can do is, the lighting is actually really terrible, but that's okay. Carry will special and then go ahead and search the trap from your deck to your hand. Go ahead and add that. And then you could do that before or after, but then from here you're just going to detach. Well, it'll fall off when you overlay per game mechanic. Go ahead and go into the F-Zero line. So we'll go ahead and summon. And then Carry gets, the trap. And then from there, that's pretty much it. But you can go a little bit farther if you want. You can detach. And you can go ahead and then special this from grave. And I really do like this line because it gives kind of a lot of wiggle room here. So now you could make whatever you want. Sometimes what I typically do is this will get banished. This will go to grave. And then you could even make an IP Masquerena on top of it. And then that's pretty much it. That's kind of the combo. It's very layered, which I think is really cool. Showcase the IP here. So you have the IP into SP, which is going to be 2 interrupts, 3 for Draco Future, 4 for the Gabu, and then 5 for Start Your Engine getting Leon, and then Leon can bring back Carry, and then from there you could synchro 6 into Star Leon from the extra deck for another interrupt, which is just really, really cool. The other way, oh, and that's what I forgot, is technically it's even a little bit more because the spell lets you add and then dump. So you could also do Roller Baller, and instead of Leon, right, you could put that back and make the fusion. So it's just a little bit layered. Sorry if I've been a bit rusty. I haven't messed with this deck in a little bit, but it's been something I've been tooling with on and off on the side. I really like the Goblin Biker cards and what this does for the deck, but that's pretty much the base idea of it. Let me know what you guys think about the combo, the deck, what you've been messing with. Are you excited for the new Goblin stuff? But yeah, I'm going to be digging around at sneak peeks, trying to look for some stuff to mess with this and a few other things. But with all that said, I'll see you guys in the next one. Later.